Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I created these three agents in less than 90 minutes. That is today's conversation. I am so fired up to be here. If you are in a space where you're like, okay, D, you've shown me these agents. I kind of understand how they are, but I need a little bit more practice. You are in the right place today. We are creating ChatGPT agents, we call them GPTs, and they're going to be custom to your specific business model. If you are ready to dive in, let's go. This is your moment. This is your life. 'Cause empires rise where ideas ignite. This is your moment. This is your life. Hey guys, Dee Williams here, and I help professionals and career professionals and entrepreneurs just like you level up in their career, life, and business, unleash your ideas, open up, help you with staffing. I've been doing that for like forever. And now today we are doing just like hardcore training with ChatGPT. And we've been hanging out every day, and I'm going live every day. And we have been preparing, future proofing ourselves because we are in a world where AI might be taking over. We don't know. Maybe not. Maybe, we're going to create this amazing utopia. But if not, we are future proofing ourselves where a lot of layoffs are happening. And, we're being told that while layoffs are happening, new jobs are being created. And I agree with that. And we are here to ensure that we are prepared for this new frontier. Now, I'm going to share my screen in about 2 minutes. But before I do that, I would like for you to take a moment and to like my video and to share this video with someone that you feel like would find it valuable, because I am looking to help as many people as possible, like as many people as possible. I'm going to say that again. Really help them get their businesses or their careers together and kind of be able to understand how to move with AI. The reality is that you're going to be in one or two places. You're either going to be, utilizing and managing AI at work. You're going to be owning some type of AI technology, or you're going to be left behind. And I mean, those are really our options. And so I want to make sure you're not left behind. I want to make sure that you're here and you know what's going on beyond just typing something into ChatGPT, right? Because we do have a lot of people now who do understand, oh, okay, AI is ChatGPT. They don't understand that they have many different learning language models that they can choose from. You know that now because you've gone through training with me this week. They don't know that they can use ChatGPT to create automations. And that's kind of what we're doing now. We are automating our thought processes. We haven't yet started to automate the business, but we're automating our thought processes and allowing AI to support us into building things a lot faster. And sometimes with more quality. It just depends on whether or not you're a good prompter. And so today I said 90 minutes because I like to talk. I like to take my time and I like to talk and I like to build a relationship with you. Like, I don't want to rush things, but you can build agents in like little bit of time. It doesn't take 90 minutes to build three agents. I can probably build 3, 6, 9, like 12 agents in 90 minutes if I really wanted to get down dirty with it. But if you're really like detailed with it, it might take 90 minutes to do three, because you might want to add 1,000 different layers to the process. You know what I'm saying? It really just depends. But tonight, I'm really excited. I mean, I'm super excited because we are building agents tonight, but we're going to build them a little bit differently. Not differently, but I want to show you how to actually use them. So we're going to do different examples, right? So I'm going to show it to you as if you were a coach, because some of you who watch my channel are business coaches, or you want to become a business coach. You see the opportunity. So I'm going to show you how you can create your agents to help create your brand in that way. Yesterday I did nurse staffing agencies. The day before I did, I think I kind of did a coach the day before. It was like in mental health, I think. We also have, let me see, because I have a whole plan. You already know I got a massive plan. We are going to build for IT and AI. So we're building an AI brand. So, and then hopefully we'll be able to do the third one, which is going to be more of a job security one for some of you. I know I don't have a lot of people who have jobs on my channel, but you never know. Or maybe you can help somebody you love, or share the video with somebody you love. So I'm still going to go through kind of like the job stuff. And I know a couple of my clients still work a full-time job while they're pursuing their entrepreneurial journey. But most of the people on my channel, I think, are entrepreneurs, right? And so I want to show you how to use it to make money, to grow your business, and to grow your brand. I believe that with, all the new videos like VO and different things like that, like your personal brand is going to become more valuable than anything, as well as your ideas, right? I feel like the future is about people who understand how to create ideas and how to execute those ideas, and who have some authenticity in and around their brand. And I think that's very important. So even if you have a job, like, you should be thinking about starting a brand, like starting your own personal brand, doing something. Hopefully it's something that you love, but you should start thinking about creating some type of online brand. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know if you're ready to dive in. I'm kind of eager to share my screen and to get us into this chat. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I really appreciate you. For some of you, at 6:00 on the West Coast, on the East Coast is 9 p.m. It's a little bit later. I was even thinking I might do another late night tap in, because I really do better in the evenings live than I do during the day. And so So I just want to say thank you for all my members, my subscribers, and for everyone else who's watching live. Who's a D? I have added a platform for commission-based recruiters to help fulfill a contract. Was this smart? Oh, okay. Hey, Dr. Daniels. You added a platform for commission-based recruiters to help fill a contract. Was this smart? Sure. I mean, you got to do whatever you can do to help fill your position. Why do you ask, was this smart? Building the platform, or outsourcing it to other recruiters? Which ones? I'm no, for all my new people, my background is staffing, so I'm always going to get staffing questions. So Dr. Daniels, I would love to know the answer to that. So if you're putting it out there, because if you're having a hard time filling a position, that's the only way I would put it out to other recruiters. Like, I wouldn't put it out to other recruiters if I'm not having a hard time filling a position. I'm going to go hard because I want the full commission, to be honest with you. And so, but you saying that these are commission-based recruiters in regards to, so to fill it. Yeah, that's fine. If you need help filling the roles, this is commission-based recruiters. Yeah. If you need help filling the roles, go for it. Go for it. But what you, and these people are, so how big is the contract? I guess that's my question. How big is the contract, and what type of contract is on it? And are you the only person managing the project or the contract, or are there other vendors on the contract? So those would be my additional questions. So you can chime in whenever you're ready. So I wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so are y'all ready to share? And while Dr. Daniels, you can come in at any given time. I really want to answer your questions, so you can come in at any given time. But today we're going to go in and we're going to share screen. We're going to go into chat. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull you out from over here. Okay, so I got to tell y'all something. I put together your Google Drive sheet, but last night I was so sleepy. And so I was super tired. Wait a minute, where's your sheet at? I put your sheet together. And so I want to be able to, I'm going to share the sheet in the chat so you can, but I did not add everything to the sheet. The only thing that I added on there was the was the I added the what do you call it? The all of the instructions, right? I added all of the instructions and stuff like that, but I did not add, all of the prompts. And so I'm still going to give this to you now. Hold on. And I'm going to put it in the chat so that you have you'll have the sheet for you. Give me 1 second. Here we go. And so I shared it yesterday. I shared it under each video. I see somebody is already on there. It might be me though, because I was working on it last night. But what I want to do is break it up in between different days. This is it right there. If you've never used a Google Doc, when you open the Google Doc, you're going to go to File, and then you're going to go to Make a Copy, and then you'll have a copy. But don't copy it yet. Don't copy it until the end of everything, because I want to add the day 1 prompts only and the day 2 prompts, and today is the day 3. So don't add it, okay? All right. There we go. All right. And then today, instead of me waiting, I'm going to put them in as I do them, because that'll make my life a lot easier and yours. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Whoever liked this video, thank you so much. Like this video. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get to 20K. I'm at 200. I'm at 19,600. So definitely subscribe to my channel and share it with people as well. Okay. So please don't download it yet. I see somebody came in. Just wait a second. The only thing that's on there right now is the process and what you're doing with the agents. I have not put the prompts on there. However, if you want to go along with me today, like you got your screens, I talk about it every day. If you got your screens and stuff like that, and I will paste them on here immediately. And so then you can copy and paste and go along with me as well. I'll be here tomorrow night at the same time, Saturday at the same time, Sunday at the same time. So y'all just get used to me probably being in this slot at least most days of the week. On Mondays and Tuesdays, I teach classes. So I'm probably not going to be here at this time on Mondays and Tuesdays, but every other day I can definitely move. I can definitely be here no time, and we can just hang out and learn new things. Okay. So, all right, now let's go into ChatGPT. This is our favorite. Okay. And for me, I also like to go into Perplexity. And I got to tell y'all, my computer is moving really slow today. I'm not too proud of that. It's probably because I have 10 gazillion windows open, and I really should. And I don't know if you in Chrome, but you can like right click on the top of your Chrome and you can actually add everything to a group, right? So, which is really cool, because then it'll take some of the pressure off. So you would name the group, and I would say, this is my Chat GPT. Except I say HGPT. GPTTUTOR tutorials. Did I spell that right? No. Yeah, I did. Okay. And then my favorite color is purple. So now this is in there, and then I'm going to add Perplexity. So I drag both of those in there. I don't know if it went in there appropriately. Sometimes you have to add it in there. So add to, it should be add to new, not to new group. You want to be able to just add it into the main. Oh, see, now I added it into a new group. Okay. So, okay, now there is in it. So all of them, they have to go inside that little bubble to be a part of the group. And then when you open and close it, all of those windows are there. And then you don't have to worry about so many windows. Michael said groups are helpful. Groups are very helpful, especially if you're someone like D. Williams, who has a ton of everything everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like 1,000 screens open. So it does make your life so much better. So if you did not know about groups on Chrome, then I just want to help you out there. And if you did know, thank you so much for the support and allowing me to teach, because a lot of people don't know about all of these little secret things that they have going on. You know what I'm saying? And make our life better. Okay, so there's my Perplexity. There is my Chat GPT. So we're creating 3 agents. Chat's gonna be like, D, you're creating 2 agents. We're creating 3 agents. 3 agents. And yesterday I came prepared like with prompts, but I realized like because I was having conversations with people and I realized like everybody doesn't really know how to prompt. They really just know how to talk. And so like one young lady just asked, could you just do it like naturally? Like if it was me and I really didn't know what I was doing, how would you do it? So I'm gonna try that this evening. That would be just me using my brain, which is fine. And going from there. So we're creating three agents. We're creating three agents. We're creating three agents. Let's go to our GPTs. Then we're going to go to my GPTs, and then we're going to create a GPT. The first GPT we're going to create is typically around you defining what idea you have. Now, we created a GPT yesterday that did that, and we could definitely use that. You can still use that if you created one yesterday. But if this is your first time here and you have not created a GPT yet that goes into like doing market research and just different things like that to help you find your idea, what have you, then this is how you would go in and do that. So I'm going to start off by going to Perplexity, and I'm not even going to use the deep research or anything like that. I am going to make sure that it's checking everything. They just added finance SEC filings. That is new. So that's pretty cool. And I am going to go in and I'm going to keep Sonar, Claude Sonnet. And I'm going to say, I am looking to, let me do this. Can you tell me what I will need? And then I'm going to put in the parentheses type of research needed. Hold on. Duh. Y'all ain't even say nothing. Y'all are funny as I don't know what. Y'all didn't even say nothing. You didn't even say D. I can't see your screen. That is so funny. Okay. I'm going and looking at showing you tabs. You can't even see the tabs, but nobody said anything about the tabs. That's so crazy. Okay, so we're in Perplexity right now. Okay, screen shown, period. All right, so can you tell me what I need? Type of research needed to, oh, you was about to, Michael? I'm like, come on, nobody said a word. I'm over here giving my best life. I'm giving you my best life, right? And nobody said one word, but thank you. I'm so glad you did. Okay, so can you tell me what type, can you tell me what I will need, type of research needed to figure out what problems, I'm going to say what business idea to start. I want to know, I want to know what problems, challenges, same thing, but we just say it anyway. Successes, companies are having. Now this is me looking at B2B. Some people are going to want to do B2C, business to consumer, and then this would be a little bit different. It'll be what problems and challenges are people having. So sometimes I might search like what's the biggest search online right now, and then that would let me know that like that's something I probably would like to create something in, because that's something people are genuinely interested in or they're talking about. But you got to be careful with that, because sometimes people move in like, what do you call it, like fads, trends. And so you don't want to create a business around a trend, or at least, I mean, I don't have a problem with you creating a business around a trend. You just want to make sure that that business is going to be that you're aware that it's a trendful business and that it could potentially go away, sooner than later. So that's very important. Okay, so I want to know what problems, challenges, success companies are having. And then the thing is, I'm looking for what's not so obvious. This is very important because a lot of people are doing this search, but they're not doing the search, like they're not going into depth with it. Like I want to know what's not so obvious, right? So that what's not so obvious, or what gaps can be discovered. What do I need? What am I missing? I could really use your help. Now, believe it or not, I feel like I have a business relationship with ChatGPT and that I have a business relationship with Claude, but Perplexity, I don't have a business relationship with. I really do treat it more like a search engine. And that's very interesting for me. Now just sitting and thinking about it. Very interesting because why does everybody else get the personality? Pi definitely gets personality, but Perplexity is it feels more search engine ish and not so much like a chat gpt where you're engaging with it in that way. So okay, so as he said, to figure out what business idea to start, especially if you want to uncover less obvious problems, challenges, successes, you'll need a research approach that goes far beyond surface level observation. That's what I was saying. He just said it better. Here's what you need, what you might be missing, and the types of research. So, core research areas: conduct informal conversations, interviews, monitor online communities, look for reoccurring pain points. This is really good. I don't know if you noticed that, but this is something that like most people are not even thinking of. Monitoring online communities, analyzing customer complaints. That is smart. Tracking social media sentiment to hear what people are really struggling with, conduct informal conversations, interviews, look for reoccurring pain points. When you hear the same complaint multiple times, it often signals a real gap. List all major competitors and map out their offerings, strengths, and weaknesses. Identify underserved customer segments and note where competitors are falling short. Use competitor analysis tools to spot content gaps, pricing differences, and feature limitations. Y'all get ready to see my brain in real time. I don't know if I want to share these things. Market gap and trend analysis. Use market research platforms to analyze trends, emerging technologies, and shifts in consumer behavior. Conduct a market gap analysis to systematically study unmet needs in your niche or industry. Leverage data analytics and predictive tools to spot patterns others might miss. Okay. Internal and process audits. If you have an existing business, conduct internal audits, questions for every process. Could it be faster, cheaper, more accessible? Okay. Validation and feasible testing. Once you spot a potential gap, validate it by testing willingness to pay, market size, and implementation costs. Develop a minimal viable product or prototype. And so he's just kind of gone through and talked about the different types of research. What we might be missing is direct, unfiltered customer voices. Many entrepreneurs skip talking directly to customers. Pattern recognition across channels. Market gaps often appear as subtle patterns across data, different data sources. So, not in a single obvious place. Systematic validation is easy to fall in love with an idea before validating it, and then continuous learning. The market changes quickly. Ongoing research. Okay, so now this is what we didn't do yesterday. What we did was just kind of put things together really quickly. But I told you we got a little bit of time today, and there's a version where you want to be very specific and very direct and not just rush things. Okay, to create your first agent. So I'm going to actually copy all of this because I have more questions. Okay. Or in the way that I want to do this. So first, okay, let me put this on this one right here. And the first thing I need to probably do is go back and create my, give you the first prompt that we use today. So I'll put that there. And I actually should have put there. Okay. Insert. And I'm going to just say add it to Perplexity. This is for you all, which is what I was trying to stay up and do last night that I didn't do. So just so you know how I started. So I added that to Perplexity. So now I took the download that Perplexity gave me. And the reason why I came and I'm copying it over here is because I actually want to edit it, right? I really want to edit what he's saying. I want to take things away from what he's saying. And this is how you really, really, really use AI effectively. So that's why I say you're really about to get my brain, because it's not something that you just take and copy and paste and make it yours. No, You have to really pull things out so that you can create the best of everything. So I know I kind of want to use some of the stuff that he has in here, but I want to create my agent to help me start my business idea, but I don't want to go and create the average idea that everybody else creates. And I know that the agent D created yesterday, everybody's going to go create that agent. And that's probably how everybody creates their agent. So my stuff may end up looking and sounding and smelling and feeling like everybody else's. But in this instance, we're going to really take our time. Okay. So I'm going to start building out my prompt for my agent, which I'm very excited about. Okay, so I'm just going to say, hey, chat. I am looking to build a GPT agent, and he's going to give it a name if you don't. So I'm going to just say named. And I'm always naming everything after my dad, Kenny, but I won't do it this time. We'll figure it out in a second. And then we'll just take his words to figure out what business idea to start, especially if it's okay. So what business idea to start to uncover? So we're just going to clean this up to uncover less obvious problems, challenges, and gaps in the market. Period. And then you're going to say, I need a research. I need a research approach that goes far beyond surface level observation. And then just kind of leave it there for this moment. I did too much. So we're going to delete that. Okay. So now it's saying core areas to explore. So deep dive customer analysis. I agree with that. So you want it to conduct. But it's not going to conduct because we're putting this in AI. So it's not going to conduct formal conversations, right? But you can say, look for informal conversations, interviews, and targeted surveys with potential customers. Monitor online communities, analyze customer complaints, and track social media sentiment to hear what people is really struggling. Look for reoccurring pain points when you hear the same complaint or when you see, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Say multiple times. And then we're going to delete those because he doesn't need that. Competitive landscape mapping, list all major competitors and map out their offering strengths, weaknesses, including pricing. And where they're marketing. Okay, because we don't want to just get the basic, right? You got to add on to it. And if you're going to give me a list of my competitors, I want to know their offerings. I want to know their strengths. I want to know their weaknesses. I want to know what they charge. I want to what they charge for the service offerings. So I could actually move this up if I want to be, because sometimes I can get very specific. So I'm gonna make my page a little bit smaller there. Okay. So including pricing. So map, and I've just put that in parentheses, including pricing. Okay, because we want to know what their services are, how much they cost, their strengths, their weaknesses, and then I would like to know who their clients. Oh, because they're going to be our competitors. So, and then any additional clients that they may support. Now you might be asking me why, and because I'm looking for patterns. And if I see that the majority of my competitors are also servicing other businesses and they're similar businesses, then that maybe my business idea will be around that, versus what I'm putting into play. I might not want to do what I'm putting into play if I see a pattern in another place. So right now we're getting very strategic. We're really diving deep into, okay, what do we want to know back? What do we need to know in order for us to define what type of idea we want to implement? So use competitor analysis tools to spot content gaps, pricing differences, and future. Oh, I didn't even see that down there. But that's different than because I want them to list it first. And here, these are tools. So that's kind of different, but so that's good. Market gap and trend analysis: use market research platforms to analyze trends, emerging technologies, and shifts in consumer behavior. And I'm not going to cheat because I have a luxury consumer behavior agent for this reason, and a consumer behavior agent for this reason as well. So we're going to do that. Hold on one second. Okay. Um, Market research platforms, trend analysis, leverage data analytics, predictive tools, internal processing audits. If you have existing business, conduct internal audits. So we don't need to do this, but we can just say conduct review internal audits to identify inefficiency, overlook opportunities within potential customer, current processes and services. Okay. Question every process. Could it be faster, cheaper, more accessible? Okay. And I don't, and then let's say once you spot a potential gap, validated by testing the willingness to pay. What I wanted to say about that was, can you define once you spot, yeah, I'm going to keep it like that and let him do that. Okay. I'm going to keep it like that. Let him do that. I'm going to delete all of these things. Okay. That's, I feel like what I might be missing is already included in there. So I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need that. And I'm going to say voices. I don't need that. That's a pattern. Right. That's what I do need. So right here. And I want to go validation season. And then I'm going to say in addition. And then pattern recognition, market gaps often appear subtle. So I want him to look for patterns. That's very important. It's easy to fall in love with idea before validating the people that really solution. Continuous learning, the market changes online. Okay, so the one that I really want him to do is pattern recognition. The other thing, you already know what I'm getting ready to say. Hey, Caleb, I don't know how to say your name, but hey, I'm a genius in ideas and I'm building my apps. Oh my gosh, I am your friend. Look, if you love ideas, I love ideas. I am all about ideas and I'm so good at it. I actually see idea blueprints when people come to me. That's why these videos are a little bit hard, because I really do better when people say, Dee, this is my idea. I can actually flesh that idea out and make it into something amazing. So I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for joining, for being here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and we're going to have a lot of fun because I love ideas too. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. So, I told you I want pattern recognition. The other thing that I feel like is very important, you already know that I'm going to say it, is it must ask me critical thinking questions. CRI. Okay. Okay. Within reason. Because if you don't say within reason, then it's going to keep asking you over and over and over again. So it should be like when it makes sense. I want it to push back when it makes sense. Do not just agree with everything I say. Okay. I hate it when he says no fluff. Thank you. I hate it when he says no fluff, but you have to really tell him exactly how to be. Depending on how he brings information back will define if I need to go back and edit him, edit your agent to in the way it speaks to me in regards to the tone and the way that it speaks to me, right? If it seems like over the top, like totally, over my head, I'm like, bring it back down to a 10th grader or, a 12th grader, like, so that I can have a clear understanding, but he may not come that way. So we're going to keep them pretty easy for the moment. So I'm just adding in additional things that I know that I'm going to want to, he can't read bold, so that I know that I want him to do. Pattern recognition, ask me critical thinking questions, push back when it makes sense. Don't just agree with everything that I say. Now we have to go back in and do another prompt because I really want the best of everything. So, so I'm gonna go back to oh, me too. We gotta get into it, but I'm building a Replit too. We definitely got to get into it, but you can't do that until you and for me, my people, they are not familiar with AI. So over the last couple of days, I would say I'm on day 4, day 5, I've been walking them through like how to use AI. And so today you're at the point where I'm showing them how to create agents. And the reason that I'm showing them how to create agents is because if you have really great ideas, you're going to need agents to help you really bring those ideas to life, especially to get you to the MVP stage of like Replit and different things like that. Because when I first started building with the AI tools, I did not have any planning done whatsoever. I was just doing what they were doing in the YouTube videos and just typing it and then building it, and it was fucking up every time. It wasn't. And I realized very quickly that like I actually have to go back to the basics. There are things that I have to know in order to get it right, and I can't skip, even though the YouTube videos that everybody's teaching you how to skip, that's actually the improper way of doing things. And if you've been in my world, you know I don't play that game. Like with my coaching and my training, I'm always teaching every step of the way because I want people to actually be successful. I don't want them to just like end up doing whatever, right? So that's really, so you and I are gonna have to have some real conversations. Yes, they are cheating. You already know it. But I understand it's like marketing. Let's get them in here and get them going. But the danger in that is that now people are spending so much money creating something that is not going to really come to life because they haven't really stepped back and even did the ideation of what they're trying to create. And that's what I want to talk about, the ideation. You know, it's like how to get to the idea. So before you even start building out your AI firm, before you start building out anything, you really, really want to sit down and start planning. You have to plan. If y'all know, listen, look at this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not done. Okay. Ideas. All ideas, lots of them. Okay, there's a lot of them. I have to put them in folders so that I can understand, so I can put them in order, so I know like what am I putting together, what am I not putting together. So much. I actually created a software to help me store my ideas because I have so many freaking ideas. Like I have so many ideas. Like they're on my walls. They're in my bedroom. I sleep with them. I eat with them. That's why I'm doing my whole Unleash Your Ideas series because I can't stop. I can't stop. Yes, that's what I'm trying to get everybody to do. So I have ideas for y'all. If y'all don't have ideas, I have ideas I can give y'all. So I have so many ideas that I feel like the universe gave me ideas to share with people. Right? I genuinely feel that way. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Okay, so I got sidetracked. See, I met a friend. Somebody who loves ideas as much as I do, and now I went to play. And now I want to play. Okay, so we went in. I just want to bring everybody back to speed. We went into Perplexity, and we are going into to create our GPT. And we want to figure out like how do we want to create this GPT? What do we actually want it to bring back to us? And our goal is to figure out what type of business idea to start, but we don't want just any old business idea. Okay. And so I have to go back in because he's giving me this and I'm starting to write my prompt. Hey, Chad, if you are act as if you are so that's how I start off all of my prompts, right? Because you have to tell him what type of expert you want him to be. And he's going to ask you to name it and give you your picture and different things like that. But you have to tell him who you want him to be. And it can be a job title. It can have some, he can have a what do you call it? A different types of degrees. You have to create the ideal person. It's almost like you're an employer and you want to hire the perfect employee who has everything. Like most companies hire me to find the people that nobody else can find. I'm really good with finding a needle in a haystack, right? And so I'm kind of like their last, like the Olivia Pope. Okay, we done went to every agency. We got to call in Dean Williams. You know what I'm saying? And then I go in and find that. When I go and I look for people like that, when they're calling me, it's typically because they're looking for a purple squirrel. They're looking for somebody who really doesn't exist, or definitely maybe not existing online, because they have all of these different things. You know what I'm saying? And so I get really excited. So we got to build our expert out. Okay, y'all keep chatting. I'm gonna come and talk to y'all in the chat in a second. So hey chat, act as if you are let's figure out who our expert is. So I want to go back in and I'm gonna ask Perplexity, like, what job title or type of expert is in charge of this type or these types of research. Okay, very important, because we want to make sure that we are hiring the right person, that we're bringing the right person in place. Okay, so we have a market research analyst. So we're going to act there. We're going to put all the titles down there first. And then, okay, here it does. And then we'll go in and update that. Okay, to who to involve. Who to involve for uncovering new obvious. For the kind of deep, not so obvious research, organizations often rely on a combination of these experts, especially those with experience in both qualitative and quantitative research, cross-functional collaboration between market research. We need that. We need all of this. Look for a consultant with professionals with these titles, their expertise in research design. We need all of this. Okay, so I appreciate him so much. So let's go down and we're going to paste it as a format because it's a lot of information. So we're going to act as if you are a market research analyst. Let me see. All of these are analysts, right? Okay, that's fine. A market. I don't need to put you don't have to put the description, the full description of there, unless it's something specific you want them to specialize in. But I would say a market research analyst who specializes in design and execution research. To specialize in design and execute research to understand market dynamics. And do we want them to have a degree? Let me just ask him. What type of degrees do these people have? This is the ghetto version questioning. what type of degrees do these people have? Okay, so I got to go back in and copy this so that you will have this on your cheat sheet. So let's go day 3 prompts. I'm still in Perplexity. Okay. So paste without formatting. Still in Perplexity. And then I asked, I need to just really probably go back and say, and what type of degrees do they have, and just kind of put them into the same prompt. So you get a better version than what I put together. Okay. Then let's see. And what type of degrees will these people have? Okay. And while I would say don't worry so much about your grammar and stuff like that, I feel like the AI judges you based on how you talk. I'm certain that's just my personal. I don't know if that's true or not. He didn't say that, but I feel like he kind of deals with you based on how you talk. So try to make sure your grammar and stuff like that is together. So he says a bachelor's degree in marketing business. Okay, perfect. So we'll add that. So this research analyst that we have down here. Okay, so act as if you're a research analyst that does all of these things. And this person is actually going to have a degree. You have a bachelor's degree in marketing, business administration. We get all of it. Okay, communications, from Harvard. So I'm just saying Harvard because that's the school that everybody kind of says that, these are like the better schools, but you can go back in and say, what are the top schools for this? What are the top schools? So you see how detailed I'm getting? What are the top schools and who are currently the top professionals? In recruiting and staffing, when we are getting like job orders, when we're getting the information from the client, from the employer of like what he wants and different things like that, a lot of times we'll say like, can you show me the resume of the person that you loved that was in the role, or the resume of the person who you know just so that you can get an idea, and use that as a reference point. Okay, so we're going to add all of these in one prompt. We're going to say also, what are the top schools? Okay. So all of that is in there. So let's see what he says. Top schools for market research. Okay. See, I didn't know that. That's very interesting. We are learning something today, ladies and gentlemen. So I said Harvard, but that Harvard's not even on this list of the best. So that goes to show right there that would change everything, because Harvard, if they're not the best at that, then we would not be getting the best research. Huh. And we want the best research for this particular prompt. So wait, hold on. Let me make sure for people who are coming in brand new, here's the link. I wouldn't copy it just yet, but here is the link for you, because I am keeping track. This is the Google Drive. I'm keeping track of everything. Okay. So I want to just throw that out there at you. All right. So let's go to Michigan State University. We want to make sure that our GPT is around. He's at the best. So he's got a bachelor's degree. Where's it at? Okay, perfect. He's got it from, not from Harvard, honey. He's got a bachelor's degree from from Michigan State University Board College Business, Master of Science in Marketing Research, and STEM certified. Okay, period. Hello. Okay, so and then Rutgers, I don't know, University. So we'll give him an MBA from there, and consumer insights, or I feel like in competitive analyst, right? So they'll just say you are also a consumer insights analyst, um, who focuses on gathering da 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 da. You went to, and then let's go and do Rutgers. You went to Rutgers. Let's go to file, edit there, university, and got an MBA. An MBA in marketing research, insights, and analytics. Well known. Okay. For learning opportunities, competitive. Okay. So right there. And let me just make sure, because I'm moving things around. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. And then so he went to Rutgers University for marketing research insights. And so we're gonna say with a during this time, you gained expert level. Watch this. Watch how I do this. Watch how I do this. You gained expert level experience in competitive as a competitive intelligence analyst, where you systematically study competitor strategies, product features. I am creating this key person. Okay. And this was expert. You gotta say expert. So we got a bachelor's degree, we got an MBA. We could give him a PhD, right? And but as a not in a business analyst, as a PhD. So you have held the following roles at an expert level. And then we're going to put the coal in there. And now we can go ahead and bullet point this out because I really want him to have this experience. I don't know why all of my people are men. I need some women. I need to be saying women. And so let's do and then masters in marketing with a concentration in market research. Look at this. I had no clue. Robert H. School Smith of Business in Maryland. Okay, so but he's that's far down the list. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna give him a PhD from this place right here. But I saw NYU, but this place is even over NYU. They say it's prestigious with strong industry connections. Let's do this one too. Because he can have a double master's. He can have a double master's. So you see how I'm creating my person. You're a woman. That's great. So you're my new friend's a woman. I love that. So we're gonna give him a double master's. Okay. You also have a master's from, and then here, that's not who I wanted. I wanted to go back and give them because one of it said was where was it at? University here, New York University, NYU. Let's go to NYU. Perfect. So you also have a master's from New York University, BS in marketing. So you got a master's in marketing analytics. So master's in marketing analytics from New York University. And you have strong industry connections. Okay. Now, if I want to go a step further, like really, 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 really go hard, he should have added some of the top professionals. So I could actually go in and like tell him, like, I want this to be like such and such from such and such, like, and from such and such, right? So like, top individual. While this field is dominated by organizations, many of the top thought leaders are senior analysts, partners, or managing directors at these firms. For example, George Colony is the founder and CEO of Foster Research, senior analysts and managing directors at Gartner. Okay, so that's good. So then we want to put this in here. And let's my person is going to be so fly. This agent is going to be the flyest agent on the planet. Okay. So, I know what I want to say. Let me just say, let's go back here. Act as if you're a market research analyst who specialize as SME, subject matter expert. Because an analyst can be a little bit differently, So a subject matter expert who specializes in design, where's my period? Activities like, and then you add the person in there that you want. George Clooney, founder of George Clooney, George Colony. So like you can add names in there and to give reference. As a matter of fact, since we're doing research, like some of the places that do big that do big work in research is Gartner, Nielsen, and all of these people. So like we can say that you worked very closely as a senior analyst in all of these companies, right? You're a consumer insights analyst expert, and you have worked for, okay, so that means he's getting massive experience. Worked as a senior analyst and manager director, senior analyst and managing director at Gartner. Okay. So I'm landing on kind of thick tonight, but I really want you to see, like, I didn't just throw it together like I did yesterday. You really are taking the time to really create your key person. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that we are really missing in this particular instance, like this is a overall general thing. You can actually narrow it down and say, I want this to be specific to an industry like healthcare or cybersecurity or technology or whatever the case may be. But here we are, we're not throwing anything together, but we're putting it out here to a general all, so anybody can come in and look and see. So we're going to go in and delete that, and then your main job is to uncover non-obvious gaps so that we can have the greater advantage than everybody else. I mean, that's really what we want. We want to be able to see things that nobody else can see, so we're not creating the same exact business that other people are creating, and we can find that little tiny problem that nobody's talking about. And typically is when people are complaining about something. Okay, so your main job is to uncover these gaps. So this kind of nice. Okay, then consumer insights discover hidden. Okay, so it was things that he said here that I wanted to take out, which is why I kept it. So your main job is the kind. See, he already wrote it for us. The kind of deep, not so obvious research organizations often rely on. So that's Okay. And let me just think this through. You got to give me a second to let my brain go. So is this your job is to uncover the non-obvious gaps, the kind of deep, not so obvious research that organizations often rely on a combination of experts. So I want to say that where most organizations, most successful organizations often rely on a combination of experts, especially those with experience in both qualitative and interview focus groups and so on. So we want him to be this person. Cross-functional collaboration between and for discovering hidden opportunities, purpose perspectives is important, is very important. Okay. And we're just taking Perplexity stuff and just updating it because he said a lot of stuff. To consult with professionals, Baron. He said these expertise research. So you say you have an expertise in research design, which is essential for uncovering the hidden gaps and opportunities that can lead to breakthrough business ideas. So period. So that's who you're setting the foundation. This is who my person is. This is who my agent is. Now I'm going to name my agent, or you can allow him to name the agent. I'm just going to say idea expert. Okay, period. Just idea research expert. Okay, so you're going to say the name of this agent. Why am I smiling? It's called idea research expert. And then just say again, because with LLMs, you have to sometimes repeat it to kind of go to for it to stick in. So because it takes the things that are at the top, the most important. So when you have a lot of information, a lot of times you have to repeat that information so that it doesn't leave anything out. Who's designed to figure out what business idea to start to uncover. Okay, so now I have my prompt ready. I didn't give it a tone yet because I want to see how he comes back. And I'm going to now go over to ChatGPT. And you already know how we got here. We created a new agent, and I'm here. And so now I'm going to paste. And so now he's updating the GPT, and then he's going to come back, hopefully with the name, if he read everything through appropriately. If he didn't read everything through appropriately, then he's not going to come back. He's going to try to offer a new name, which is totally fine as well. But then I'm going to check him and be like, did you not read the instructions? Because he's got to read the instructions. Because, in my brain, he works for me. So don't be skipping my instructions or what have you. Okay, so he did idea research expert, the expert market. So expert market research, uncovering deep customer and competitive insights to spark business ideas. He says this is a bold identity. Would you like to make any changes? I don't really care. So no, it's cool. Okay. I don't really care. So these are the starter questions that he has coming up. He wants you to try to preview, but you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to configure. I'm always going to add the code interpreter, even though I'm not building code right here. But because you all on this channel are going to be building AI technology over time, you want to click that code interpreter and data analysis button. Okay. And we want data analysis as well. If you have your own knowledge base of things that you want to add, or maybe you downloaded a lead magnet like from HubSpot, for example. So like HubSpot does a lot of research prompts, and you could actually download that and then upload that so that you can ensure that you're not missing anything that maybe somebody else has already uncovered that you have not. And I actually have something. I don't know if because I kind of downloaded something from HubSpot a while ago, and they had a dope. I mean, the prompt was so intense. Oh, let me show you this, because see how I be getting sidetracked. This is your fault. I was just over here. Hold on. And I might have copied that prompt because I have a whole book, a 5 sheet. Here it is. No, that's not it. I've got a prompt agents. What do you call it? That's not the right one. Prompt engineering. So I have prompts like 6 pages of. There it is. 6 pages of prompts. Like so many prompts, and I'm on page 5 now. I've gotten so far. But if you want access to this, you can actually have access to this. I'll share it with you all. Copy the link. This one you can copy now. It is literally a library. So I just put it in the chat, and it's got everything you can possibly think of in here in regards to prompts. It has instructions. It's 5 pages. All the pages are linked, so you can go in. You just got to go to file, make a copy so that you can have your own version. And then it just gives you like some instructions as well, so that you don't forget, so that you can have fun with your prompting. Okay. So I would definitely take advantage of this and utilize it. It is a lot. I'm going to just be honest with you. It's a lot. So you're going to just have to take your time and work your way through that. But there was one here, right? Okay. So this is the now. Okay. So maybe we didn't do this one. This is only the now. Okay. So maybe it's on page 4. So anyway, I do have some prompts that are very heavy in the research based or whatever, but I'm not going to add those right now. These are the conversation starters. Help me uncover market gaps in this niche, analyze competitors for overlooked opportunities, design a customer insight survey for this topic. What do customer reviews tell us about unmet needs? Help me uncover gaps, analyze competitors for overlooked opportunities, design a customer insight survey. Actually help me help me find a business idea based on uncovered market gaps. Uncovered market gaps and unmet needs. And unmet needs in this niche. Because when you say in this niche, he's going to say, well, what niche are you speaking of? And then it's going to force you to ask additional questions. So I'm actually going to create it, because he'll change my starter questions, and then I'll get angry, and then I want y'all to see me have this relationship with him. I'm just telling you, be honest with you, because he be driving me crazy sometimes. Okay, I want to go back and hold on, because this is the one. Yes, but I want to change. It's forcing me to do this, and I don't like that. So when you open it up, you already know the first thing you got to do is go to the top, and you want to click keep in sidebar. So make sure you do that. That is very, very, very important. You're also going to go, I got to go back and edit my GPT, because I really want it's really more for me to that's what I'm looking for. But why is it just doing invite only? So that's kind of irritating me because the first, I guess when I did it the first time, I didn't share it appropriately. Okay, here it is. There it is. I want it to be everybody in my company. But I wonder if so maybe I should share this, try to share this with you all too. Hold on one second. Hold on. Identifies consulting. Anyone with the link, let's put that right there, can chat. That's fine. Save. And then I can copy the link and give it to y'all. And so y'all don't have to go and create your own if you don't want. You can utilize this. I think that's how that works essentially. But let me just copy the link just so I can make sure I did it right. So you got to tell me. I'm going to give you the link right there. You got to tell me if it works and if you can see that. I'm giving y'all a lot of links tonight. Y'all are linked up, okay? Y'all are really linked up. So let's go in and update it. And then I'm going to actually add the link here on the cheat sheet. Here is the link for the GPT agent below. And so in the event that you want to change the instructions and different things like that, or you want to make it yours, I'm going to leave it at the bottom of the sheet for you all to have, but I'll actually highlight this if you want to go in and then see if you can just access that agent right there. But you got to remember that you got to keep mining your agent. You got to keep training your agent over time. You can't just create it and leave it there, or it's just kind of going to do its own thing, right? And so now we have our first agent. Our first agent is the idea research expert, and this agent is the bomb idea research expert. So I'm going to just click on this first one. Help me find a business idea based on this niche. What niche are we doing, y'all? What niche do y'all want to do? What niche do y'all want to do? Somebody gave me aviation yesterday. I thought that was a very, very, very interesting niche. But I don't know what y'all want to do. I think it was a Michael. What's your niche? And then my new friend, CLEOB. How do you pronounce your name? And I'm glad you're a woman. That's awesome. LLM is the brain. That's very cool. That's very true. I don't know. Y'all having your own conversation over here. Okay, he says, so does telling the LLM it's smart has experience really make it smart and experience? Yes, it does. Otherwise, because like what we're trying to do is to specify what part of the smart that we want it to focus on, right? And so that is very, very important. Otherwise, it's going to be a general and it's going to go all over the place. But we want it to be very direct, very focused, right? And very specific. Like, we want this part of your intelligence. Thank you, Michael. We want this part of your intelligence to be on Front Street. We want to focus solely on this. So it's very, very important to tell the LLM how, and not necessarily how smart he is, who he is. We have to define it, because chat is a generalist. He does everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He doesn't really have an expertise. So that's why the GPTs come in, because it allows you to give it an expertise. And so yeah, you want to do that, and you can put them into any, you can do the same thing for Claude. Claude is going to probably be better than chat. I'm not even going to lie to you. And so if we want, oh my gosh, y'all are really exciting me tonight. I'm not even going to lie. Ooh, I wonder if okay, so let's go back. Let's go in and let's do this. Oh my gosh, you really are getting me fired up. I'm now having too much fun. But wait. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go down here. So you could definitely add them into the other ones, but the only thing I would do is say things like ask me, like I would use that opening question that we did with chat. So even within Perplexity, you can go back, you can create a new thread, put in the deep research button. Okay. So this is the deep research. So we want them to do deep research on any topic. You want to go in and have him search everything. Okay, what's this? Okay, yeah, we don't need labs. And then hit paste, and then let's go. And then let's see. But so I like I said, Perplexity is kind of like a search engine. So I don't really know that how it's going to move, but the research on Perplexity is phenomenal. And so it is worth like having it to go in there. But typically, if I was to do this agent in real life with Perplexity, I would already know what industry I want to be in. Right. Michael said he does 3D printing design for fitness products. That's amazing. I was just thinking, you know, Michael, I definitely want to get with you because I was wondering, I've got this bike seat that I like to bike. And I've got this bike seat idea that I want to unleash. And I was wondering, I just thought about this the other day. Could I create it using a 3D printer? And you were making me feel like that is very true, right? So I don't know. So I definitely want to connect with you at some point. I definitely want to connect with you. Okay. So Perplexity is going in. He's going to take his time and gather, but we only gave him like a general search. We didn't give him a more direct search. So that's there. And then we can actually go into Hey, Claude. He says, D return. She does. She does. Can you help? Not sure what industry to dive into either. What industry to dive into either. And let's just go. Oh, dang. Ooh, 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 wait. Ooh, 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 ooh. Stop. Hold on. I had to breathe that one out. I went way too fast. See, don't move so fast. So I stopped it. I need to hit that research button because this is a research agent. So we should be literally having it go in and do the deepest research possible, period. So I'm going to go back in and paste it in again and then go from there. And now it should do the deep research. So he said you built a solid framework. And so these are not GPTs, just so you know. So, like, Claude doesn't have an agent, Perplexity doesn't have an agent, only ChatGPT has an agent. And that's very important for you to know. So, us putting this into Claude or to Perplexity is not like it's going to create an agent for us. It's going to create more of a search for us because now it's saying, okay, well, I can do this. I can do research, but like, what's your background? What's your skill set? What's your timeline? Do you have any personal interests? So it still wants to know like what direction that you want to go into. So we might use 3D printing since that's the only person that's going to actually said anything about their like, what industry, and just kind of see. So let's help Michael out and just say 3D printing for fitness products. Okay. And let's just leave it just like that. Okay. And he says, interesting intersection. I think that was interesting too, actually. And so now he says this could have some real potential, especially with the rise of personalized fitness and the democratization of manufacturing. Wow. Before I dive deep into research, let me clarify a few key aspects. Target customer focus. Are you thinking B2C or are you thinking B2B? So now he's pulling down the layers. And I don't know the answer to these questions, Michael. You got to tell me, is it B2B or B2C? Are you doing like gyms, like B2B gyms? Or are you doing more home fitness? I think that, but maybe we need to go back and ask him which ones do we have a better idea of? So I would say, what areas, because he's the research person. I don't know. What areas do you feel I have a better chance of B2C? Okay. I didn't expect that, but that's cool. A better chance of succeeding. Yeah. And making a lot of money. Not that that's our goal, but we want to open up a business that's going to, be successful, right? So let's just push it back to him. We don't have to hold on to it. Let's just push it back to him. So that's his job. That's what we just told him. You the research person. Why are you asking me questions? Why are you asking me questions? Y'all got to hold on for a second. I got like corn on the stove. So hold on one second. I didn't eat dinner. But I almost burned my house down. I didn't eat I didn't eat dinner, but I almost burned my house down. I forgot that I had corn on the stove. So my bad. Okay. Let's see what Michael said. He said B2C. Okay. He says add-ons for existing fitness machines. That's pretty interesting. So okay. So let's go back in. Anybody else? So we're adding his in Claude. Does somebody else want to add theirs as well? Or if not, I'm going to keep his going. I was going to do coaching business, but I think we already did that before. This was perplexity. I'm sure he's going to come back by asking us some questions. Oh, look at this. Look at this. He just gave us the biz. Okay. So hold on one second. I just got fired up. Information gets me fired up. Okay. So this is why I told you earlier. I know this is exactly why I told you earlier that perplexity is where I go for my information, and that they are trying to become the world's largest, like they're trying to beat who is it? What's the Chrome, Google. They want to take over the search engine market, and they're doing a great job. Okay, so anyway, love you, Google. Advanced market research framework for identifying. Okay, this comprehensive framework. Da, 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 da. I'm going to read it out loud. I'm going to read it fast, y'all. Systematic approach to deep market research has evolved. The foundation, multi-module, advanced. Okay, so great. So he's telling us all of this. Great. And it's the reason is because we did not give it a focus, right? On there. Okay, so I'm going to say great. Use that framework. And that's very interesting. Oh my gosh, I just had, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now, do you know what we're going to do? We are going to take this framework. We're going to copy the entire framework except right here, because he wants to ask critical questions, which means he's on it. So we're going to copy the framework. We're going to take it over to ChatGPT. We are going to go and edit our GPT and go to the create button. And he's going to say, welcome back. Is there anything that we should be doing better? Because he desires to be trained. He desires to get better. And so I'm going to say, I want to add this. I want to add my framework. Okay. I want to add my framework, please. And then now he's going to go into the framework. Thank you, Perplexity. Okay. And if y'all are interested in the framework, I will share it with you. Copy the link, since I'm sharing everything else with you all, so that y'all can go in and you can take the framework and also put it inside of your chat and add it in there as well. Okay. So let's see what chat said. Chat. Your advanced market research framework has been successfully integrated. I'm now equipped to apply it in all analysis and strategic opportunity assessments going forward. Let me know how you'd like to proceed or test it in action. Hey. Okay. So we're just going to update it. And then we're going to go back to it, because you see the updates were pending at the top. So it wouldn't even, it says, we got to go through the updates. Okay. So now we're going to view the GPT, which is fine, but we already have one open, right? And so hopefully it's going to continue to update from the last one, because we're still using the same thing. Okay. So he's asking for more information. So we're going to go back and do the 3D printing for fitness products. Hey, it won't let me copy it. I got to type it all over again. Hold on. That's lazy. Don't listen to me. Okay. And let's go ahead and put it in here. And then let's go ahead and add it. Use that for research on. Bam. And then I forgot to say B2C, which I should have said, because he might come back and ask me one of them. He said excellent niche. That's so funny. And then he's market context and growth dynamics. So 3D printing sector expected service. I don't care about that. Strong momentum. Fitness sector, that's great. Okay, unmet needs, gap. Standardized dumbbells, grips, or wearables don't account for hand size, injury history, or grip strength variability. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit. Michael, this is very interesting. You should read this book called, I forgot the name of the daggone book when I really wanted to. But I'll have to go back and get you the name of the book. But the book is very interesting because it starts out telling a story about how we had a lot of planes crashing back in the day, and they couldn't understand why the planes were crashing. And they did a whole bunch of testing, and they came to find out that they were crashing because they made the seats one size fits all. And when they made for the pilots, very interesting, when they made the seats one size fit all, of course people aren't made that way, and so I guess in how if they flew, it messed things up, and so they actually had to go back in and start to customize the seats or make them a larger size and different things like that. Now the book that I was reading was actually a recruiting book, and it was just basically about how everybody is not, you can't recruit the same, like you can't recruit top talent the way you would recruit, maybe not so top talent. Like everybody is different. So this is very interesting because I feel like this has already been tested in a way, like through airlines, right? So this gap is standardized dumbbells, grips, or wearables that don't account for hand size, injury history, or grip strength variability. And that is so important because I've been working out every day and my wrist. So the opportunity, 3D printed, personalized grips, handles, and barbell attachments based on user scans. Wow. They also suggested a modular and spacing equipment. I don't know anything about any of this stuff, Michael, to be honest with you. So you would have to really be involved with this and say, this sounds great or this is interesting or what have you. But I know nothing about this. This all looks extremely foreign to me, but it looks exciting. I'm glad that we were able to put that together for you. Michael said this is good stuff. So let's go back in really quickly since we are having entrepreneur orgasms over here. Let's let us go back. Okay, here's a new one. So let's do another business idea, and does anybody else have another niche market? Because they're going to ask me for what particular niche industry. Yesterday we did nurses. I feel like AI businesses, because we want to build AI businesses. I got a new friend here and she likes building AI businesses the same way. So ARTI, artificial. I spelled it wrong. Okay. Artificial intelligence is the industry. And so I want you to go in, of course, Michael, that's so sweet. He said, thank you. Of course, I want you to go in and create your agents. I shared with you the GPT worksheet. Yes, now everybody's on the worksheet. I shared with you the GPT worksheet so that you can go in and download it. I also shared with you the actual GPT that I had that you can probably go in and use. I don't know if it updates when I just updated mine, so I'm hoping that it does. He says that AI is a broad domain. I love this agent already because he's not allowing me to BS. He's really trying to dig in and to help me figure out what type of idea I can unleash. This should be really exciting for most of you if you're interested, if you love ideas and you want to unleash your ideas, or you're just trying to figure out what type of idea do I start. I got some money. A lot of people have gotten laid off, but they're getting those big severance packages and they're trying to take that money and they're investing it into some type of business model. Not sure what type of business model. And I know this is happening because I've been getting a lot more coaching clients lately, and a lot of people coming in, starting staffing businesses and starting AI companies. And I've been coaching and training and working with them on a daily basis. So I know what's kind of happening out here. But I also know that a lot of people don't have real ideas. They've been in their job for a very long time. And they have not, that is all they know, the 9-to-5 grind. They haven't really crossed over. They want to be an entrepreneur. They know they want to be an entrepreneur, but they're not really sure. And I don't have anything against candle businesses or anything like that, but I feel like the first thing people do is like start a candle business or a t-shirt business or something like that. I am showing you how to use this agent in a way that you're not starting you're starting a business that is going to set you up for the rest of your life, not just for the immediate, right? But it's something that's going to really set you up. And you can do B2B or B2C, depending on what your B2C product is, will define how well it would do. But your B2B product, if it's an issue that a lot of companies are already having, you better believe people are going to buy that thing. And you're going to make some great money. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to create great impact too, because it'll be used on a larger scale, right? So that's very, very important. So yes, that's perfect. um, yes, that's perfect. Okay, so AI, so they want us to break AI down a lot. I feel like cybersecurity, because right now AI is taking over. And a lot of people have been talking about online how they've been getting phone calls from AI, and basically they've been being scammed. And so maybe there's a way, maybe we can do something in cybersecurity. So initial scoping questions to pinpoint the best idea for you. So before I run this deep dive, they want me to clarify, who is this going to be for? For security analysts that are overwhelmed with their threat data? Is it going to be individual consumers protecting their personal data? Is it going to be for enterprise chief information security officers needing predictive defense? Or is it going to be for small, medium-sized businesses struggling with cybersecurity? Who do y'all think I should do? Should I do 1, 2, 3, or 4? Put it in the chat and let me know. I don't know. I don't know which one I should do. You know what I'm saying? So I need your help. And then number 2, current capability or vision. Are you a solo founder with cybersecurity or AI expertise? No. Are you actually, I have so, but no. Are you an agency, a consulting firm branching into AI tools? Yes. Are you a startup team exploring defensible white space? No. So I already know this is my second one. I know that that's the that one I'm going to do. This one is individual. This is B2C. Is individual consumers protecting personal data. I maybe small, medium-sized businesses struggling with cybersecurity, because enterprise level companies, it takes a lot longer to get in the door with them. And so maybe just starting off something that might be a little bit more reachable. Tech stack or AI approach. Are you open to using LLMs for threat detection, computer vision for surveillance and fraud detection? Predictive ML means machine learning, if you don't know, for anomaly detection, and then hybrid like NLP, natural language processing, plus cybersecurity log parsing. I'm going to say I'm open to all, right? I'm going to put them all in. Ooh. Oh no. Hold on. I hope y'all can still hear me. Because I can't hear you. Perfect. Okay. Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Not anymore. Oh, Pooja Pie. Let's see. Okay. Let's try that now. Okay. I think you can hear me now. I can't hear me, but I think you can hear me. Yes. Okay. Yeah, perfect. My little microphone is like being so funky. My earphones and my microphone. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's supposed to be my baby. Okay, perfect. So I think the sound is on. I think y'all can hear me perfect. All right. So He said, protect me from getting my crypto stolen, which is very funny. Also, the mind does not open up until you get in their mind and show them how they're capable of doing something for themselves. Everyone as a talent. I agree with that. Most people don't really realize that they can dive in a lot of different ways, and we're talking about ideas here at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what my job is to open your mindset up to help you really be able to see what you have the ability to do. And it doesn't have to be just selling candles and incense. I'm telling you right now, you can go far beyond that. Okay. So, SME struggle with cybersecurity. I'm not going to do the way you said the crypto. We did the solo founder or the agency, and we said that we're open to all of these. So I'm going to say I am, and then it should paste. I am open to all of those. Okay. So then it asked me about the research framework, whatever. I'm gonna skip that, and I'm gonna just add that in here right there, because we are opening up AI businesses at the end of the day. That's what we're going to do. Some of my clients are opening up a staffing in AI business. Some of my clients are only opening an AI business. Um, so, okay, look at this business idea. They've given us a business idea, AI powered cybersecurity assistant for small, medium sized businesses. The concept, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so y'all can see, or maybe it's more for me to see. It's okay. But I like to be able to get all of it in my brain. So there we go. Concept: develop an AI driven cybersecurity assistant that integrates large language models and predictive machine learning to provide real time threat detection, log analysis, and actionable insights. I actually don't like this idea. I'm going to tell you why I don't like this idea. I don't like this idea because I feel like this is the idea he's given to everybody, right? And I'm gonna tell him that I don't like this idea. I feel like these the same idea you would give to anybody who chose AI and cybersecurity. Like, I don't want this idea. This idea is very mediocre. And when I created you, I expected the best version of you. I thought you were going to bring back some ideas that people are overlooking, not ideas that everybody sees immediately. Can I get a different version of you? Okay. I just dictated that just so y'all know. And so this is me pushing chat out of his comfort zone. Now, I just had an experience. So now I know right off the break that am I in chat? Yeah, that he's still not going to give me the best version of what I'm looking for. I might need to go back and take this and go in and edit, because again, you have to train him. You know what I'm saying? So I might need to go back in and edit, like, hey, don't bring me back no what everybody else has. So he says, I appreciate the candor. And I do it so roughly because I don't want what everybody else gets. That's the reason that I did this. I want something that's specific to me and something that other people can't find. You know what I'm saying? So he says, exactly. That's the exact kind of direct feedback that makes a good strategy great. That also lets him know that he didn't do a good job. So we're training him as well. So he said, you're right. What I gave you was a solid, safe foundation, but not breakthrough. Let's push into what you're really after: non obvious, high potential, underexploited opportunities that combine AI and cybersecurity in a way that's different and ahead of the curve. Now he's speaking my language. But before I read everything, to be honest with you, I got to copy all of this, because he's got to understand that I expect extraordinary results. And I feel like he was moving and not that way. Um, I'm gonna just say, please do not um give me ideas that you would give to anybody else, okay, who chose a particular topic. Right. Like, I don't want this. Okay, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna just say no mediocre ideas. Okay. I don't say he hates the word mediocre. But think about this. The AI is trained to deliver the best results. And so when you go and you tell it, you bring it back mediocrity, it's going to really mess with him. And it's going to push him to go and for excellence, because his job is to please. At least that's what he's saying. He's, you know, so let me see. No mediocrity, even though I can't even spell it. So he gonna be like, this woman over here talking about no, she can't even spell the word. I'm gonna go fix it before I go in there so he don't talk smack. But no mediocrity, because when I created you, I expected the best version of you. Okay, I thought you're gonna bring back some ideas that people are overlooking. Da, da, da. I need the best version of you. Very best, most exceptional version of you. And then I'm gonna just make sure. See, we got to take time and do these things, or you're gonna get a bad version of the employee that you want. You're right. What I gave was a solid, safe foundation. So let's delete that, and I'm gonna say solid, safe foundations are cool, but not breakthrough. So when let's push into what, and let's just say I'm really after non-obvious opportunities that combine. So we're just gonna say that's differentiated and ahead of the curve, because we're gonna take AI out because we don't want that to be the core thing. And okay. So now we want to give him this info. I forgot to change my mediocrity. So now he's gonna really be talking smack about me because I forgot to change the spelling. Oh my gosh! And I didn't tell him to. Oh, I didn't tell him. Oh, see, this is good. I didn't tell him. Oh man, I didn't tell him to not change my conversation starters. So I'm pretty irritated right now because he definitely just changed my conversation starter. So I have to go back to the business idea and go back to our original one, copy this, and then replace it, because he says ooh, he got better ones now though this time, because I said be. See, you see when just you see, this is when you tell him to be extraordinary. These are way better than the first set that we had. This is way better now. I don't even know if I want to put mine in here. Analyze overlooked market segments, map competitor blind spots, synthesize breakthrough business, and they only let you see 4. They don't let you see 5, and we need 5. And I don't know which one I want to get rid of. Oh my gosh. What was mine again? It was help me find a business idea. I don't even need to do this. I mean, I'll leave it here, but we're not going to be able to see it. And I really don't need it because he's asking these questions above, but just in different ways. Synthesize breakthrough business ideas from emerging behavior shifts. That's what I really need. So I'm going to make that my number so I don't ever forget it, and still keep that as my number 4. Okay, so you want to, when you create your agent, this is a really good exercise. When you create your agent, please make sure you copy your conversation starters, the first set that he gives you, because every time you update that agent, he may potentially change your conversation starter, which is going to really tick you off if you have already you have an idea of what you want that conversation to be. Okay. So he's updated. Let's go back and view. When you view it, it's really updated. And now we're going to go back down to, so there it is. Help me find my business idea. We're going to go back down here. Okay. Okay. So that was training. Y'all just saw training. That was the act of training your LLM. You have to train your agent. Okay. So the new direction, hidden layer opportunities in AI plus cybersecurity for small, medium-sized business. Instead of surface level tools. Let's ask, what are SMBs doing poorly or not at all? What threats are flying below their radar? What parts of cybersecurity workflow? This is what he's supposed to be doing. So he's saying ghost layer AI powered deception infrastructure. Now, this is interesting. This is not normal. So deceive, distract, and derail attackers affordably. Okay. I like that. Okay. I like that. Create a decentralized AI deception platform that places fake infrastructure, honeypots, decoy credentials, dummy APIs, misleading log trails across small, medium-sized business digital environments. It tricks attackers into revealing themselves early by interacting with these decoys. That is a good idea. Okay. And he says the deception tech exists used by military Fortune 500s, but is too complex and too expensive for small, medium sized businesses. This is a great idea for somebody to snatch up on. You're not detecting the breach after it happens, you're baiting the breach before it escalates. With generative AI, you can dynamically create thousands of realistic decoys and adapt and evolve. Why am I having an entrepreneur? This is amazing. Add LLM-based intent detection to analyze attacker behavior in real time, giving security insights. Giving security insights few tools provide. Unique AI applications, LLM generated synthetic file trees, API endpoints, fake credentials, real-time attacker dialogue simulation to stall and confuse. So now you actually make me want to go back again, and I am going to actually go back and use Michael's thing, because now I'm getting too excited about the ideas. But now reading this, it does make me want to go back and do the search, protect me from getting my crypto stolen. Because didn't they just legalize crypto in a different type of way or something like that? I feel like they did. So here it says unique AI applications, real-time stack attacker dialogue, simulation to stall and confuse. So here's an idea, right? He's giving you one. So any more? And then you just keep saying any more, any more, any more, any more, any more, any more. Okay? Any more. Any more, any more, any more, any more. Just keep saying it, and he's going to keep giving you ideas. So, Shadow IT Discovery and Micro SaaS Security Scanner. Okay, so he's now laying them out. Okay, and then you've got to push. You've got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing, 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 pushing. You got to keep pushing. We didn't even make our other agents. All we did was our research agent. But it was good for you to see like how I really sit down and try to figure out where. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you do enjoy the replay. And thanks for engaging. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel before you leave, though. I really appreciate you. This is tonight. We didn't get the other agents done, and it is almost 2 hours, so I'm not going to draw you out. It's kind of late on the other side, but and we'll come back tomorrow and do our second and third agent. But it was really important that I showed you what it looks like to create an agent that is very basic, right? So you can create an agent that will help you figure out a business idea at the very basic level, which is what we did yesterday. But this is where you're actually going in and really creating a customized agent that will really take your help you to get ideas that are very different from other people's ideas. And you really, thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. You really, really, really want to have ideas that other people are not doing. Okay. Everybody said they did. I appreciate you. Thank you for the great training. Hope I can watch. Yes, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Okay. So this is what it is. Now I'm going to go back one more time for anybody who's new coming in and you want the real-time document that I've been working on. This is the GPT agent prompt worksheet. It's actually in the description of all the videos we've done all week, and I'll continue to add them. Don't judge me. I have not added the prompts in for day 1 and day 2. This is day 3, and I have added the prompts and the actual master prompt for the GPT agent. If you click on this link right here, you will actually have the GPT agent that I just created. Now, I don't know if it has all the updates, but I think it does, because this is my agent. So you don't actually have to go in and create this agent unless you want to create it and you want it to be on a specific industry. Then yes, you might want to create your own individual agent. But if you're not trying to make it for like its own individual industry, then you can really then you can just use the agent that I created for you and then go through the questions. Any of the questions it asks you, if you don't know what that question means, I would open up another tab, go into Perplexity, and have Perplexity explain it to you, so that you have full understanding. Don't let your lack of knowledge keep you from not launching your ideas, right? Because you can learn anything with the internet, right? So you don't have to be an expert to be able to have a business. There are a lot of companies out there that own businesses that they know nothing about. They just hire the people who do know, or put in the technology that knows. So tonight we created one agent. It was the main agent that's going to help us unleash our ideas and figure out what idea we want to launch. I think a great homework assignment before we meet tomorrow would be to launch your agent and to start figuring out what idea you want to launch. And it doesn't have to be cybersecurity. It doesn't have to be healthcare, or it can be healthcare as general, but it doesn't have to be anything you've seen in the examples. It can be whatever it is whatever you're passionate about. If it's candles, I talk shit about the candles tonight, but if that's your thing, then do that too, because there might be a hidden market in there that we don't know anything about. So don't let me saying that keep you from whatever it is that you're passionate about. Whatever you're passionate about, you want to create something around that. I say that if we're in a whole world full of AI, you should be creating things that can either protect us from AI, that can help us to grow with AI, help to manage AI. In my opinion, one thing that we really, really need AI for AI to be respectful to all nationalities, and just make sure, like, governance, right? And different things like that. Because it's how it's trained. If it's trained on internet data, then that's kind of dangerous in a lot of ways. And so we need technology, people, software, what have you, that can help mitigate some of the things that that we could potentially experience, and based on how our society is created. But I'm hoping that you all do a lot of researching with your idea research expert, and I'm hoping that you unleash your ideas in the most amazing way. Oh my gosh. And come up with some ideas that we can create some technology around. That's really what I'm looking for, people to create technology with me. I can't wait to show y'all all of the things that I have started to create and that I have actually executed and implemented. And I want you to do the same thing. You're either going to have to manage AI in this new world, own AI, or be left behind. And I believe we have the ability to create our future one application at a time, one idea at a time. So here you are around me, hanging out with me, D. Williams. I am here to help y'all unleash y'all ideas, bring them to life. We're starting off with the basics. We're starting off with the research. We're starting off kind of putting things in order before we get into the nitty gritty. But over the next 60 days, we're going to continue to get into the nitty gritty. So make sure you watch these videos, like these videos, share these videos, comment on my video. Tell me, like, did you think the training was good? Did I talk too much? What else did you want to know? Did add your niche industries? So like engage with me. What questions do you have? I want to be here to definitely support you. And yeah, that's everything that I have tonight. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to hang out with me. Again, my name is Dee Williams. I help professionals just like you and entrepreneurs unleash your ideas and create something amazing. And I will see y'all tomorrow night, same time, same channel. I am so excited. Thank you so much for
unleash your ideas. No time to wait. Build your dream. Don't let it escape. From the vision to the code, from the thought to the sale, you've got the fire. Now set your trail. 'Cause empires rise where ideas ignite. This is your moment. This is your life.